Welcome back to the Spiritual Psychologist. I'm your host, Dr. Radhika, mentor, healer, guide for women stepping into their sacred leadership. Today's episode is for you if you know that you have really beautiful gifts, that you are here to hold space, create, guide, lead, build a business, but there is something inside of you that is holding you back, where you are not maybe seeing the power within you, or you are existing within that fear which is preventing you from taking the next step. You may have questions come up for you around, who am I to lead? What if I hurt somebody in the process of supporting their healing? What if I get it wrong? What if people think I'm a terrible person or bad at what I do? What if I am not healed enough with my own wounds to be able to support others? If this is you, I want you to know that you're not alone in this. This is something that is so common that I hear from people who are interested in going into the healing space. And that fear that you feel doesn't mean that you aren't ready. It can actually mean that your medicine is so powerful. And so, of course, it's going to bring up fear in your body, because you know deep within that this path is taking you somewhere so powerful and potent. I remember when I started the Spiritual Psychologist, I remember when I decided to move from working in schools as a psychologist to working with adults, and not as a psychologist, but as a coach, into the spiritual healing psychology space, coaching space, merging the worlds together. I was so frightened that I was going to get it wrong. I had been educated with so many rules, and the pressure of all of those rules created such a somatic fear in my body that I was going to fuck it up. And it was so strong, yet I had to acknowledge as well that there was a desire coming through. There was a potent calling within me, which was telling me that the way that I was working and also working for somebody else was just not going to cut it anymore. It just wasn't going to be in alignment with my path any longer. The thing is that you actually know deep down that your voice, your gifts carry potency. You know that. If you're watching this, there's something in you that knows that. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be here watching this video. Your presence shifts people. You may know this from the conversations that you have with friends, with family, with random strangers. Your presence shifts people. And that level of power, it actually brings us into a deep responsibility. Your gifts are needed. They're not even a choice in some ways. They're needed. The calling will only get louder unless you take action. And here's the thing that I want you to know. If you've got things coming up for you around, I'm scared that I'm not healed enough. I'm scared that I'm going to hurt somebody, right? If you can see my festival my festival band here that does not go with this outfit, but we'll go with it anyway because we can be all of it. That fear that you feel inside of you of getting it wrong, actually what that is a sign that you hold integrity, which is going to make you the most beautiful healer. The fact that you don't just do, but that you question, you are thoughtful, you are considerate. The world In a space where there are so many coaches, where you can literally get a coaching certification in 2 days, the world needs more skilled healers, more thoughtful healers who are ready to actually do the deeper work of understanding how to hold space skillfully, understanding how their own wounds can impact on client relationships. So this fear that you feel is actually a beautiful gift. So don't dismiss it, acknowledge it instead. You may have had your own experiences as well where there hasn't been integrity in the containers that you've been in, that trust has been bent or misused in some way. There may be a part of you that is thinking, I'd rather stay small than risk getting it wrong. And I want to invite in a reframe for you if this is what is coming up. You may carry wounds from religion, from therapists, from psychologists, from other coaches. All of this is information that is going to shape how it is that you hold spaces yourself. You're going to learn from these experiences how you want to hold space and how you don't want to hold space. And this knowing, this information is going to guide you into becoming an extremely powerful space holder. What if this fear is exactly the reason why you should be doing this work? What if that fear is exactly the right reason that you are meant to do this work? What if your care, your attunement, your depth, what if all of that are in fact your superpowers? And when we start truly owning our gifts, our nervous system is going to protest. Because for a lot of us, visibility actually is associated with past experiences of punishment. Having a voice has meant being silenced. Holding power has often meant isolation, especially for women of color, survivors of abuse, and sensitive beings. But here's the thing that we have to remember. The medicine isn't in bypassing the fear. The medicine is actually in meeting it, holding it close, and taking action with it in the room. And that's where true confidence is born. Not saying, I'm fearless, right? We hear these quotes about, I'm fearless, right? Actually, it's not about being fearless. It's, I'm not fearless, but I'm meeting the fear and taking action. This fear is exactly what I talk about in Fear to Visibility. This is a 75-minute process that I take you through. It's only £11, and we go through a process of meeting the fear in the body and also meeting that powerful version of you that desires to be visible. Go and check out the link in the show notes. You can dive into this straight away, get instant access, move that fear through your body so that you can take the next visible action on your path. Your fear doesn't make you unworthy. It doesn't make you less than. Your fear is actually sacred data from your body. And when you honor it, it becomes fuel for the woman that you are becoming. I will see you in the next episode. I can't wait.